So hello and welcome back to Workshop Wednesdays, and you guessed it, it's new truck day. So I'd like to introduce you to our brand new Type B appliances, built by Emergency One, obviously on Scania chassis. While we're talking about Scania chassis, these are the first fire trucks to be released on the brand new chassis from Scania. Part of that new chassis as such is the pedestrian safety system that's built in. Also for us, we're one of the first fire services in the region to have the breathing apparatus out of the cab. Also out of the cabs are tick cameras, so both of those come a part of our clean cab policy, amongst much more features, including a larger pump. So why don't we flip around the side and get stuck in, shall we? Okay, so let's start at the near side front. So first of all, we have got the BA that now has been removed from the cab area. Traditionally, if you look back in some of the videos, you'll see the BA cylinders, the BA kit would be basically almost a part of the rear seats where they'd rig up from the cab. But now we've removed that basically to remove as much contaminants from the cab as possible. So the BA cylinders would be clipped into here, the rest of the gear be hanging in this pouch as such. So these would come off and then that would drop down. The firefighter would back up, get rigged on, and this can also lower down. So if you're slightly vertically challenged like myself, you'd still be able to rig up quite easily. And even the suspension can be lowered to make it more approachable for firefighters depending on your height. Obviously it could be highed slightly as well if needs be. So it's pretty straightforward. Comes out one step and then there is one step further that it'll come out all the way for it, and then it can go back in as well. So if there's reduced amount of space, obviously it's adjustable. Yeah, so that's pretty straightforward. Fantastic addition to our appliances moving forwards. So let's have a look up here. So up top we have got tripods for the scene lights and for the disrobing. By disrobing I mean firefighters can take their PPE off, wash it down at scene, and then pack it away safely, pop it back on the fire truck. And then in here is the airbags, the airbag controller. So quite straightforward. The airbag controller's got the controls in here and the lines to fit to the airbags. Next up, we have got some more RTC equipment. So we've got the Paratex struts in here. These struts are used to support vehicles. So for example, the vehicle's on its side, very unstable. They can use these struts to stabilize the vehicle while they extract the casualty. Up next, there's an impact wrench and some tools. What people don't understand sometimes is that we don't always just go straight in, cut vehicles open. We actually like to make a way into the vehicle to get to the casualty. So if we can, we will remove doors, we'll remove bonnets, remove boots, etc. To do less damage to the vehicle as well. Obviously, this is people's property that we're trying to extract them from. We don't want to just cut things just for the sake of it. We want to reduce the amount of damage that we do. But of course, if it needs be, we will cut through to extract a patient. And to do that, we will use this. So this is our hydraulic cutting gear. So up here, we've got spreaders, we've got cutters, and we've got a ram. Spreaders literally spread the metal, cutters literally cut the metal. So for example, the cutters would be used, say we're taking a roof off, we'd cut through the pillars with the cutters. It exert an extreme amount of cutting pressure. I think it's the equivalent to like a great white shark bite. Yeah, pretty good stuff. And then there's a ram there which is used to push metal apart. So cool, that's the first bit. Let's move on to the middle and rear. So middle and rear lockers. Up here we've got the high pressure hose, and then we've got the branch that attaches to that. We've got mainline branches just in here, nicely stowed, and then we've got the low pressure hose here. Pretty straightforward. Up the top here we've got some PPE, we've got some masks, nails, some putty, and some traffic tape, etc. In here we have got a high-rise bag and a trauma bag. Trauma bag is used to say if we get if we are first to scene. In there they've got all the equipment to provide some life-saving intervention, so things like oxygen. They've got shears, gloves. I think there's a tourniquet in there as well. A lot of stuff in there so we can support the casualty the best we can before the ambulance service will arrive, obviously. And then we've got a high-rise bag, and that's got everything to do with high-rise incidents in it. Next up, we have got cones and more things to do with traffic. We've got some E-flares in there, so they're basically like you would see traditional flares. So they're electronic flares, LED-based flares, because they're a lot more economical and better to see. Yes, we have got a fire extinguisher. We do use fire extinguishers. Bottom row, we have got a land winch. If we need to, for example, to tilt a vehicle or move the vehicle like out of the way of a patient or casualty, shall I say, we use the land winch, and we've got shackles and chains for that as well. We've got a lot of different blocks and wedges, so we can use to stabilise the cars in certain situations. And we've got some strops there as well, all used for very similar things. So that is the near side, and yes, it is quite heavy. Cool. Let's go see the pump. So, welcome to our brand new pump bay. Where should we start? So, brand new pump, Godiva 410 pump. Output capacity is up by 1,000 litres, so we now can pump 4,000 litres per minute from 3,000 litres per minute that we previously had. They have built-in flow meters on the deliveries, controlled by a e-pump control device. So this, you can literally tap to demand pressures, where previously it was done manually, but you can tap these virtual dials and it will control the whole process yourself, which is quite a bit of a game changer, much more efficient. Also in here, we've got the light mask controller, a new addition of a radio. We've got the BA control board here that we use for BA incidents. Over here, we've got our standpipe and key. Standpipe is used to open up hydrants and then fill our tanks with the water from the hydrants that are thankfully looked after by our wonderful water section team. Up here, you have got the ladder and a spare. Also, in here, you've got some hard suction, and then you'll have a smaller ladder in there. So pretty straightforward, but also pretty much a game changer with the new pump and the new control device for it. So yeah, let's go round to the offside rear. So let's have a look at offside rear. So up top, we have got the stirrup pump. The design was literally almost 100 years old. That's used to put out chimney fires. We've got a water rescue bag. We've got some general purpose lines, electrical gloves, radiation gloves, and debris gloves. We've got some equipment here for foam induction, some keys to pick up drain covers. Down here, there is some foam for the said equipment. We've got a monitor here. So the monitor is used to, basically it's put in situ to deliver water constantly to like an incident. For example, like you could put a monitor down here, aim it to a roof to save a firefighter consistently standing there with a branch. And then you've got the yellow door opener here that we use often to gain entry. Up here, we have got the high pressure hose, just like the other side. There's a strainer up here that we use for the hard suction pipes. They're in the back, in the pump bay, and then obviously some hose. Changed slightly, so you've got the spare BA cylinders in here and in here. So yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Oh, quickly, and we've gone back to an old design. So we have Essex Fire Rescue written across the top again, which is a welcome addition. It looks fantastic. I think you'd agree. Let's go near side. Oh, near side, offside front. That's the one. So near side front, what have we got in here? We've got some ground sheets. We've got an igloo here for cold water for the firefighters. Up here, we've got some ground beaters, broom, and some rakes to clear debris. And obviously, the ground beaters are for fighting fire at low level, to literally beat it out. So, for example, a wildfire, so we'd have crops on the floor, then you'd beat that and put that out. And you've got some bolt croppers down here. You've got some shears and some shovels. and also some saws as well. And then down here you've got a PPV and an LPP. These will both be replaced because we have new LPPs in service, and we are introducing the ePPV, the electronic PPV, which will replace the petrol one. Then of course, similar setup for the BA or the exterior away from the cab. And then you've got a locker here with some petrol and some spare space. So yeah, cool. Let's go into the cab. So we are now in the cab of the vehicle. Where should we start first? So lovely new fancy digital dash, great tactile buttons. Scania have done a brilliant job with this new chassis. Huge infotainment system. Lovely addition here by Emergency One with the fire truck part, should I say, of the vehicle. So that shows you a display of, say, if the lockers are open. Nice little point here. Scottish voice comes across when the lockers are open, or if there's any warnings that we need to know. I don't know, most people won't know this, but Emergency One is based in Scotland, and they didn't just use a generic voice for these alerts. They've actually used a Scottish lady's voice, so bravo on that one. Yes, so, and then big button down here to activate the nines, so activate your blue lights, and then you've got the trigger down here to activate sirens, and then you have got up here a 360-degree camera that will show you literally a 360-degree bird's eye view of the truck. Really handy in tight situations, or when reversing, or making your way through yeah, tight spaces like narrow streets and traffic. That'll be really welcome. I've been using that, it's fantastic. So in the back we have got much more comfortable space for the firefighters. Obviously there's no BA in the cab anymore, so there's a lot more room basically. Lovely comfortable seats. They've even got in the back air conditioning. Obviously firefighters do get incredibly hot when fighting fires, so that'll be a really fantastic part that they're going to welcome. Yeah, they'll really enjoy that. And yeah, just overall much better environment here. Yeah, love it. I'm sure the firefighters can be very happy, especially the firefighters from the first 6 stations, which are, see if I can remember these off the top of my head. So we've got Basildon, we've got, I'm not remembering off my head, there's a list down here, I'm not going to lie. So we've got Basildon, Harlow, Orsett, Malden, Southend and Stansted that are going to be receiving the first 6. I think they're all going to be rescue pumps off the top of my head. And they, I'm sure, will be very happy. Yeah, great vehicle. I hope you enjoyed the video. As usual, if you've got any comments or questions, leave them in the box below. Don't forget to check your fire alarm. Yeah, and take care. We will see you next month for some more exciting videos. Thanks for coming.